I saw a post on DJ Idea Sharing, right? Gotta love DJ Idea Sharing. Gotta love it. Greatest group on Facebook if you guys aren't in it. All the things DJs on there, right? This guy posted this, right? He said, DJs, Cameron Wheeler. Shout out to Cameron Wheeler. I don't know this guy personally, but, it's a public post, so. DJs, for those of you that have ADD, ADHD, how do you keep from jumping all over the place during phone consultations? I feel like I try to cram so much in, and I do all the talking, even while asking questions. In parentheses, I'm already prescribed Adderall. So right off the bat, my first tip is maybe stop taking the Adderall. Maybe lay off the Adderall, especially before the meetings, huh? That might be, might be a little cause there. Might give you a little too much energy, a little too many words, But in all seriousness, I think I could be ADHD. I think, technically I'm kind of all over the place. I talk a lot and whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Whatever. I can give you some advice, okay? Anybody who's struggling with this, I thought this was a glaring question to me. I think I can give you some really good advice. And, not only do I sell my own weddings, right? And I do sales in the wedding department, but I was also a car salesman for years. Not to say I'm like a slimy guy, but like I understand kind of how all that stuff works. So I feel like I'm qualified to kind of give you some advice here. Or you do what you like, okay? But this is just my advice, all right? This is my take on it, okay? Number one rule when it comes to doing sales with couples and stuff, right? When you're sitting down with a couple, Zoom, in person, whatever, the number one rule is you got to let them talk first. Never, ever start a meeting with your spiel, okay? Never, ever start a meeting just talking about yourself. You can never, ever do that. It's the stupidest thing you could do. Number one, you're literally telling them about yourself, so you're hoping that they give a shit, okay? And number two, when you do tell them about yourself, when you do tell them about your style or what you love about your job or however the hell you sell, your planning process, whatever, right? Whatever you want to talk about when it has to do with you and your company, it's going to be a lot more effective if you have more information about them that you can insert as examples, right? So they can better relate to it. You can package what you're trying to sell or, your good qualities or whatever. You can package them in a way where it relates directly to the couple because you know certain nuances, certain information about the couple. So you always have to let them talk first. Okay, I start every single meeting with these 3 points, and it's very important. Like that, it's all calculated. Like it's very because it helps me too, like get to know them, and I think that's a big part of it, right? These 3 things. Number one, I confirm the date and venue. Okay, make sure I got the right date and the venue. You don't want to, if you're already booked or something, or maybe it's a venue that has a noise restriction. Then I could just, all right, we're gonna stop this meeting right here. In all seriousness, though, if it really is at a venue that has a noise restriction, I tell them now. I have my venue shit list, right? I know it ahead of time. I say, all right, it's at that venue. Cool. Did they tell you about the noise restriction there by chance? And I literally throw them under the bus. Yeah, there's a 90 decibel limit at your venue or whatever it is. And honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, it's not loud enough. 90 decibels is a conversation, is a loud it's literally is how loud I talk. So it's not loud enough. I won't be able to DJ there unless we kind of fix that, and then we can address that off the bat. So confirm venue, date. Then how did you hear about us, right? Not just for marketing purposes. Did you hear about us from the Knot or the Wedding Wire or whatever? Not just for that, but also like let's say they have a connection to you somehow, right? You want to confirm that. If you do a lot of meetings, and you got a lot going on, it's tough to keep track. The one person that hits you up on Instagram that is best friends with the person you did their wedding a couple years ago, and you said, hey, like, let's, what the fuck am I trying to say? I literally lost my whole train of thought. Just a basic example. Like, you want to know where they came from, so you can make a note of it, right? They were at a wedding you did, that adjusts your spiel, right? You just want to know that sort of thing. And then the next thing is what's your vision? And that's the main topic, okay? That's like the main question I always ask. Like, tell me about you two. What's your vision? What's the vision of the day? Okay. Some couples are going to go off right away. The second you ask that, they're going to go on an entire tangent. They know every detail about exactly what they want. They envision it. They have it all set right. And you just sit there and take notes. You just shut up and you take notes and you listen to every little detail they're saying. Okay. Some of them will get awkward. They'll be like, vision. And they'll look at each other. Oh, you take it away, honey. You know what I mean? And they won't know what to say. And you might have to like kind of coach them a little bit, right? Say, hey, tell me about your guest list. How many people you got? More family, more friends. You want a good mix? Some older people? Do you want to focus the younger people? You kind of pry things out of them. But regardless, you're gathering all this very detailed information that's going to help you sell them later on in the meeting. So then when you're going over your planning process, you're going over your strengths as a DJ or what your favorite part of a wedding is, or I just love like the look on the groom's face, when he first sees the bride. This is my favorite part. Whatever like your spiel is, okay, you can apply different examples that they already gave you to that situation, Maybe they told you that they're not doing a first look. Not doing a first look. Then you can say later on the spiel, if it really is your thing, and it's so cool you're not doing your first look, because like my favorite part of the wedding is like when I get to see her in the dress for the first time at the wedding, at the ceremony. I'm going to make sure the music's perfect, blah, blah, blah. However you paint your pictures, right? But you always want to ask those questions up front. You always want to let them speak up front, and then they're going to get more comfortable because you're allowing them to speak. You're allowing them to express themselves, all that. Then you go and then you try and, quote unquote, sell them or just tell them about what you do and all that. So just keep that in mind for all you ADHDers or anybody who's struggling with meetings. Not everybody's comfortable in sales, and it's selling. Everything is selling in life. Everything. Okay. If you have kids, you sell every single day. You have to literally talk your kids into doing everything. I don't have kids, but like, I think about that all the time. It's like crazy. Like you have to talk them into going to bed, eating this, sitting down, not doing this. It's literally like selling. Like everything in life is selling, so it's can't avoid it, So just follow those tips. Trust me.